Okay, Denis Lebedev versus James Toney. To start with James Toney now. James Toney is the challenger. He was fighting a heavyweight but has made a successful stint down. He's 5'10", which is quite small. He has a 72-inch reach and he has had 84 fights, losing 6 and drawing 3. All the rest, 73 wins, 44 by way of knockout. Works out at a 50% knockout ratio. At heavyweight, he's not had a great career. He's dabbled in and out of steroids, and he's had to be prescribed steroids to get one of his thyroids active again, and that is a problem due to taking steroids. He's pretty much lost at heavyweight to every decent opponent he's ever faced. He beat John Ruiz, but that was a no contest. He got a majority draw against Hasim Rahman. Lost to Sam Peter twice, which is not good. No contest again with Hasim Rahman. And since then, he's not really done much in the heavyweight division, really. He has beat Evander Holyfield. That was a good decision. Well, a good TKO, actually. Good match. But now he's gone down to Cruiserweight, where he's not got a whole lot of experience, really. He's been the IBF Cruiserweight champion, but he's not really fought many people at the weight limit who were like all-time greats, you might say. And with James Toney, I've got to point out he's a great defensive fighter. He's an all-time great when you think about it. So many divisions he's been in and fought some good opposition. Fortunately, Cruiserweight and Heavyweight have not been some of those weight divisions. I think he's got a great defensive ability, and I think that may get him through this fight. I just do not think he's going to win it. Moving on to the man James Toney is facing, and this guy is probably one of the most prolific knockout punchers I've seen in the the Cruiserweight division for a very long time. Denis Lebedev scares me, put it like that, he scares me. He's won 22 out of his 23 fights, and even the fight he lost he won against Marco Huck. He's knocked out 17. The people who have survived, God help them, put it like that. He knocked out in his last fight Roy Jones Jr. Knocked him clean out. Literally one pop, boom, down, dead. Where's Roy Jones now? I haven't seen him for ages. Other than that, he's knocked out Enzo Maccarinelli, who we all had a feeling had a glass jaw anyway. But he knocked him clean out. The punch was boom. Big Enzo gone. Other than that, he's not really had that many opposition of named opposition, but he's fought some decent people. He had Marco Huck all over the place. Absolutely all over the place in that fight. Mark Huck didn't know where he was, probably unconscious on his feet. This fight is definitely offense versus defense. James Toney's going to have a lot of work on his hands to keep the punches out. I mean, and the guy hits so hard, one punch could be like 5 of a normal person's punches. It's unbelievable. Now, another thing James Toney doesn't have going for him in this fight is the fight's in Russia, where Denis Lebedev's from. And if you've not noticed, this is not being biased, it's just stating the truth. Americans do not travel well. American boxers do not travel well. I can't remember the last time I saw an American boxer come over to Europe and take a belt. And can I make matters even worse? I think I can. Denis Lebedev has a slight height and reach advantage, but let's be honest, I don't think he's going to use it. I think he's going to come out throwing bombs. Now I know what you're thinking. Is there anything bad I can say about Denis Lebedev? Oh yes, he's running out of time. He's 32 years old. He's got another year or 2 in him to get a world title, and so time's running against him. But after this fight, he can pick whatever world title he wants to fight for, pretty much. How do I think this fight's gonna go? Firstly, I think that it's gonna start off well. I think that Denis is gonna come out looking to fight. And I think that James Toney will do what he always does. He covers up well, he always tries to box. And I think he'll have limited pockets of success. The only negative is, I think that Denis Lebedev will have limited pockets of success. And I think his pockets of success are going to be a lot bigger than James Toney's. In fact, I would say once that James Toney starts taking shots, you might as well stop it right then. You've got to remember, this is a career cruiserweight fighting a middleweight. Former middleweight, that's where he started. He's came all the way up. He's not got the chin of a heavyweight, he's not got the chin of a cruiserweight. He's got a good chin, I'm not saying he's not, but if you hit him, you hit him hard, just like Roy Jones did, he's going down. To make matters worse, James Toney doesn't do much moving. He can't move that much anymore. He's pretty static, and his defence is based around that. He's got a good defence, don't get me wrong, but against such a huge puncher like this, it's not looking good. So this is what I'm thinking. Denis Lebedev, knockout, round 10.